Alrighty then, gamers. We are back after an excruciatingly long week of no strive for some of us who were, I guess, unfortunate enough to be affected by the ongoing routing shebang between Europe and Asia. I don't know about you, but, you know, I couldn't even log on, and considering I was on a pretty decent grinding streak since Season 3 started, it was a little bit of a struggle. However, things should be a-okay now, and we are pretty much good to resume our competitive GGST activities. Okay, it is Sunday evening in the Euroland, which means we're getting ready to rock the weekly Bounty Hunters first to 7 matches. If it is your first time here, we are, of course, a weekly show match event for a Guilty Gear Strive happening every Sunday, 5 p.m. CET, because we are on that good old. I guess. Wait, is everybody in the winter time at the moment? God, I hate daylight savings time. That shit needs to go. Anyway, 5 p.m. CET every week. And we're open to players of all skill levels and regions. I'm your usual host, Kyuke, and without further pleasantries, let's dig into tonight's roster, as we have only a limited amount of time before it is go time. Let's see, the most interesting things first. The trio joining in on the fun, first time on Bounty Hunters today, are Sea Salty Leo from England, Yarucchi Anji from Turkey, as well as Boca Bedman from Estonia, which is actually pretty cool. I don't think we've had Estonian Strive players on the show for a while, if ever, actually. I would have to consult my spreadsheet for that, but I'm pretty sure. And speaking of Bedman, a double Bedman entry today at the end of the event. So that means you're in for a relatively high-level Bedman play today. Will, of course, in the matchup slot number 6, the last one, has been pretty much the most active Bedman player up to this day, on Bounty Hunters, that is, which, you know, with results to back it up as well. Let's actually go through the player cards as we're talking about this. From the top. There we go. Will's opponent today, surprisingly, or perhaps not so surprisingly, is none other than Gamma Johnny. Gamma is honestly such a scary player, let me tell you that much. When it's like when you match him, even if you manage to win, you always get this like looming sense that this guy is absolutely cutting no corners in his play at all, and he just improves at such a scary pace with new characters. So you get the feeling that you're fighting a Saiyan, you're fighting like a Super Saiyan every time. Every time I match Gamma, I get this feeling that if I don't kill him here, while I still have the chance, there might be no W's next time. You're just gonna take care of it right here, right now, otherwise it gets too strong. This could perhaps be a Gamma's hardest set on Bounty Hunters so far, though, while piloting Johnny. Super interesting one to finish off the evening, for sure. In the slot above that, the number 5, we got another Bounty Hunters OG, Sierra Weiss, representing the high level of play as well as high level of TOing from the German region. And gonna be facing off against our other Bedman player of tonight. Goldie versus Bedman should be quite interesting. Bedman might actually have some bullets for keep away game here, but we'll see. Boca, Estonian, Bedman player showing what's what against one of our household names of Bounty Hunters. Then in the next one, get your Finnish flags ready and go Torille, because it is our boy LoHii the lone participant representing the Finnish FGC this week, and honestly, I've been craving to see LoHii play for a while. He's been juggling through a couple of characters as well as jumping between Street Fighter 6 and Strive, I believe. I mean, we are talking about a Street Fighter grandmaster of sorts here when it comes to top-level Street Fighter in Finland. But I don't believe I've had the pleasure of beholding LoHii's RAM play so far, unless I am mistaken. I'm trying to remember, and I think this has not been the case. This is another player with a very scary aura. Man loaded with fundamentals and smart decision making when it comes to fighting games, which, you know, I guess it goes without saying. You are a strong player in one game, you can expect them to be a strong player in many games. But facing off versus the other participant representing Germany today in the form of Typhoon Axel, another matchup I don't think I've ever seen. In the number 3 slot, making their debut, Yarucchi is gonna clash with Meadow Bridget. Bridget has been super popular on Bounty Hunters recently, and Meadow, after a short while, appearing once again on the screen on Bounty Hunters for, I think, the 5th time, I believe. Keep Away versus Anjis. Anji's a very interesting character versus Keep Away characters in a way, especially characters who don't use projectiles for their zoning, and I mean, Bridget is kind of that. I would kind of classify Bridget more as the Axel kind of zoner, rather than maybe a projectile zoner. Which can, of course, be, you know, it's an ample opportunity for Anji players to spin and then go into your good stuff. Let's see, where are we? We are in the number 2. Sifu is gonna take on our last newcomer of the week, Sea Salty. Sifu Baiken is on a little bit of a win streak, if I recall correctly, on Bounty Hunters. 3 of their last games, every one of those being W's. So we're gonna see if our debut player, Sea Salty here, is able to break that streak of Sifu's. Oh, I think, you know what? I think I forgot to update Sifu's flag. So remind me to update the flag into the custom Baiken one between the games. I'm really sorry if I forgot to do it. I knew there was something. I knew there was something I forgot to fix. All right, but let's direct our attention to the spectacle at hand, which is gonna be Rhylia Ino versus EmuChip. This is gonna be another challenge matchup pre-planned by the players. Could potentially be Emu's toughest matchup so far that we've seen on screen, as Rhylia is a bit of a gamist, able to hold her own and go even against household bounty hunters names such as HiWill Bedman, Zat Ino, and Poki Wait. No, wait. I think it was Poki Chip back in when Rhylia and Poki fought last time, if memory serves me correctly. Either way, the point is, you give her an inch, and she's gonna just plant the whole guitar on your forehead. No mercy, only good mixes, as they say. I think this matchup, at least historically, gonna be a bit tricky for Ino, since her neutral options have always been quite how should I put it? Commit heavy. And Chip not only whiff punishes very efficiently, but can close the gap very fast through land, sea, and air. Chip has some of the fastest jabs to mash Ino's, versus Ino's rehover pressure as well. So there's that. Let me make sure that the participants have codes needed. I think I updated them on Discord as well. Now let me get this in my paste. All right, here they are. On time, ready to play some Guilty Gear. God, I'm so excited. It feels like an eternity since I've, you know, had the pleasure of doing this. It's been only a week, but you know, hey, when you're so invested in fighting games and especially in this franchise, even a week without some good ass Guilty Gear, it feels kind of tough. It feels kind of tough, doesn't it? Eno versus Chip. So, of course, Chip would love to get in, mix Eno up. Eno doesn't have a lot of, you know, strong reversal tools, as we know, other than her reversal super. But Eno is also extremely meter hungry, so you would usually not want to use your precious meter resources on defensive options, such as this reversal super or YRC. Both players attempting the bullet punish from the get-go. Alright, immediately gets in and bursts from Rhylia. Next one is gonna hurt, and there we go, one hit. Too bad we don't have the 50 meter yet, but now look at that. Look at that. Isn't that the most beautiful sight to behold? Get one hit, 1, 2, 3 into Bunky Messai, and goes into the throw a little too early, but it doesn't matter. Just repeat it. This is what Chip Zaneth gameplay loop is gonna be like. Once again, hard knockdown. There's not a lot of things that Rhylia can do here on good conscience. Using that burst resource when you are this low on resource. Wow, that was a very respectful momentum burst from Emu. Look at the health difference here. Emu basically said that, all right, you got the hit, you are out, but I don't want to give you the opportunity. Very respectful of Eno's blender gameplay, which is exactly this. Oh my goodness, looked like she was whiffing the jump D, but went low instead. Yeah, this gets out of hand really fast. Luckily for Emu, not a hard knockdown here. Bring them back to the ground. Quick overhead, but nothing big converted yet. Both players rocking with the 50 meter. Here we go with the wild assault. This should go into the corner, and with the super, yes, indeed. Also really important to note here that you gotta, I think as Eno, all of your wild assault routes are kind of launching the opponent super high, so you gotta be really careful. If you want the wall break with a super, you gotta go into it like rather early, as Rhylia just did here. Ooh, the bait here. Wait, that wasn't even a YRC. That was a blue RC, so Emu is actually okay. Now get the throw, Rhylia. 100 meter, 100 burst available. But how are we gonna use it? There we go with the full screen, new burst, season 3 things, staircase on the ground, stands up, oh my god, stands up for the overhead, and then the double 2K clash. Now YRC just ends up whipping barely into Mad Love plus frames, and we are out. Wait, the 2-hit, the button, it just whips. Overhead, really, look at this defense. The defense is so tight, but you can only defend for so long because that cross-up upwards alpha comes out so fast. This is difficult situation when you are on your last hit points against Zip Zaneth. Those cross-up alphas don't do a whole lot of damage, but they are kinda hard to deal with, not gonna lie. A little bit of a dive action here into 2K. Here we go. Lots of respect here from Emu. Tries to use the FD, which is the smart. Oh, hello. We got a little bit of a gold burst action here. Not sure if that was a mistake, but that is gonna cost Rhylia all of her burst resources. And now every hit is gonna turn. Look at that damage. Wait, did Emu have a lot of risk there? Damn Chip with the damage. Trying to push. Emu away with that FD, but to no avail. We're breaking the wall again, and that's basically a 3-touch situation. One more to go. 2K, no hit confirmed there. But again, the same we had in the first game. Really can't really, on good conscience, spend that burst anymore. However, we got the wild assault conversion. Rather pay 50 than 100 to try to make the comeback. And oh my god, that's actually gonna whip punish. bets the farm. If this was to win, I mean, technically, Emu still had the burst to go, but it would have been really hard sell to go for it here. And low profile frag. Oh, actually, never mind. You can't low profile the burst anymore. Season 2 brain rot. The dive hits, and we have the overhead, and now we have the setup as well. Good block on the low. On the ground once again, Rhylia rocking with the 50-meter. Downwards. Oh my god, that was a really nice spacing there. Basically touched the toes, and now, yeah, Rhylia knew that she had to burst there. Goes under the far slash. And now we're mixing 50-meter, 50 burst for Emu. Pushing now into the corner. FD tries to build that distance. This is not quite gonna kill, but next hit, was it gonna be close slash? FD again, good FD, pushes far away, goes under the 6P. I think that was Mad Love plus frames, and Rhylia finds the hit. That was a really nice comeback, because Emu was working with some really nice pressure there, but the FD and being able to push Emu out of that pressure string really did some wonders. Nice read here. 6P to counter the Mad Love with, which if you, yeah, and look at it again. Once again, not letting the Mad Love go through would lead into massive amount of plus frames. So stuff like, you know, reading it with a 6P or mashing a DP, those are all things that can prevent it. Oh, jumpy, that was kind of cool. Emu, not getting the biggest of punishes, but still, continuous pressure. Now Funky Messai through the wall, 50-meter, ready to go. Technically, Deflect Shield available. The only thing that Rhylia could do goes into an empty 5D. We are on a definitely high Yomi layer here, and finds the throw. Emu closes it out again, but you know, definitely not decisive rounds here. This has been 2 games so far, and it feels like we just watched a very slow-paced chess match of sorts. Both players threatening with the comebacks, threatening with their turns, and oh boy, these 2 characters, when they get their turns, they are very strong with it. R slash counter hit, immediate burst from Rhylia. Serving as not only a combo breaker, ooh, takes Emu's burst as well. So now neither player, again, look at this, Emu has had such an active defense play against those Mad Love pressure resets. On the other hand, if you are mashing a 6P for instance, and the option from Eno ends up being a frame trap, then you of course are gonna take some pretty decent damage and loop into it. What? Hello? From where? And switches positions as well? Eno, 6P doing some work here. Now have to take the wall break, didn't have the resources to get the heart knockdown. Fishing with the counter pokes. 2P alpha, cross-ups coming through. Again, those are mosquito bites in the grand scheme of things, but they do end up stacking up. Wow, look at this. The foot sees 6P catching again. Really had some pretty keen sense for, you know, counter poking against those far slashes from Emu so far. Both players meeting in the air. Again, the 6P counter poking. Gotta be very careful here as Chip if you are also poking with 6P, because I think, oh, great burst bait here, going into Wild Assault as well, misses the conversion, but we still have the corner position RC, yeah, that's gonna be a punish. Saw Emu in the air, and there was no way out of that anymore. That was gonna be a guaranteed punish, those slowed down PRC frames, guaranteeing Rhylia a round if she wanted to take it. And why should we not when it's given to us on a silver platter? Now it is this time gonna be Emu who goes for the early burst, and I think Emu actually went for might have been going for a burst bait there, because Rhylia has been bursting very fast as well, but not going for it this time. And any hit, no matter what it is, we go into the Kara Super. Went in with the throw option, Rhylia. Response in kind, and wait, that was a little too early! That looked like perfect setup as well. Could have potentially been the nail on the coffin this round though, but now, yeah, that's gonna be a punish. That was, I really like Emu's positioning here. If he was to dash forward, that dive from Rhylia might have actually gotten her out of the corner, but because it ended up hitting and landing in front of Chip there, it's basically a guaranteed punish position, I think. Now through the wall without a hard knockdown. Jump K, I like this. Again, using the faster buttons, Jump K. Is that gonna hit? That's actually gonna catch on the backdash. Oh my goodness, what an option. I mean, technically leading into plus frames, but if you get caught by the, or rather, if you block the initial hit, is gonna be there's gonna be a punishable gap in there. Now, Rhylia potentially looking for the burst here. Emu picking up really nice spot to get it, but doesn't still manage to get out of the corner. And Rhylia switch sides, and again reading the throw option, backdashing and getting a punish, evening it up to a piece. Really nice defensive reads there. I gotta say, Rhylia's defensive play overall, when you think about prototype Ino players, do you think Ino players have the defensive capabilities? Usually, Ino players are concentrating on the things that Ino is strong at, which is arguably the offense. It's been a while since I've seen this strong defensive play, this patient defensive play from an Ino player. Yeah, once again, ready with the FD, pushing Emu out of the pressure string. 2K to check it up. Yep. Ooh, good 6B. Sees the air psycho crasher there. A little bit of point. Ooh, nice. The low Rekka catches the 6B this time. The 6B from Ino has been a problem so far for Emo, but this time the low Rekka timed so that it beats 6B mash from Rhylia, gets the round, and we roll back to neutral. Fishing. Gotta be really careful, especially against Chip, when you commit to, you know, heavier buttons such as S or heavies. Those are really prone to getting whiff punished. So often players end to, ooh, okay, a momentum burst here. Not easy way out. Turns a DP. This time, oh my god, that was really great. Really actually blocked the cross-up alpha there, and then got a punish on the way down. Go under once again. Spent the 50. And there's gonna be not a whole lot of I mean, technically Emu rocking with the burst, but no meter whatsoever. And now caught by the 2K that Rhylia put out. Waiting for the burst as well, but Emu not ready to give it. Alright, this time, I like the adjustment from Emu. Oh my goodness, what a frame trap. But Rhylia not biting into that. So now technically, although in Season 3 you do recover burst much faster than previously, we could be looking at a situation if Rhylia manages to somehow reverse the situation really fast. Like so! This could be good. The Wild Assault even taking away a huge chunk of burst from Emu. Wait, what was that? Was that a YRC? That ended up being broken by the super? You blink and you miss it in Guilty Gear franchise. Oh my goodness! Emu never got into the full burst again. I was about to say about this. Even in Season 3, you spent your burst recklessly, you might not get it back. Even with that positive bonus, the Wild Assault coming up from Rhylia, just completely digging into that burst resource. And able to land the kill just before Emu got the kill. A 6B with a hard knockdown. We're getting a mix light and then the mix heavy. Afterwards, set up the node, force them to block, and time to guess. I might have already queued up the 6B there and didn't get the super, but no matter. Going to the next screen, use your massive life advantage and get the point. Now Rhylia, the two first games were looking really strong for Emo, but Rhylia, I think, is definitely one of those players who, once they get warmed up, it gets progressively harder and harder to take rounds away from her. With a couple of two heavies, waiting if Chip wants to run into that. I kind of forgot how much recovery is there on Ino's 2 heavy, but I think it's... you know, I'm not gonna say. It might be difficult to whiff punish, it might be easy to whiff punish, who knows. Now Alpha. Rhylia with the burst, preventing Nemo from getting the positive bonus, which is probably the smart option here. And the immediate RC baits the burst. Mad Love has a whiff punish, doesn't quite finish, goes under with a 6-speed. Emu still has a chance. landed here, but the 2P mash, I would have been mashing as well. When you only need 2P to win the game, why should you not? What's the worst that can happen? Or rather, I mean, there are a lot of nasty things that can happen there, but the best thing that can happen, you don't need anything but that little jab there, the 2P 5-framer, catch them, and it's over. Alright, waiting for something here. But stroke the big tree, reaching from a surprisingly long distance. Overhead, blocked into the second hit. Here we go, Mad Love extend and a very quick damaging combo as well. Not a hard knockdown, so unfortunately, you know, can't really run her archetype. That was a really nice whip punish there for Emu. Alright, 5B punish, not the biggest starter, but we got a pretty decent amount of value out of that. Switch sides as well. 6B once again, not hitting cleanly, so not getting a hard knockdown or anything. Pressure is on. Oh my god! He actually whiffed, or rather, hit confirmed that! He looked like a very straight hit and straight, ready to go into the Kara Super once again. Spent the BRC, drift in to fix the position. Alright. Both players taking that full stick of burst into this next round. 2K, 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 stagger pressure. Which way? Oh, got the burst once again with the stagger. Overhead, we have the 50 meter, go into the conversion. This should be a wall break potentially. No, just dropping them in the corner. Now Rhylia, looking for a hard knockdown. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be high? Is it gonna be low? Is it gonna be a throw? And now you're also having to hold the node. So there's not much you can do here without having 50% meter or deflect shield available. Well, the deflect shield technically was available here, but you know, I would say especially for red wild assault users, planning for deflect shield it's a hard bargain, because like your wild assault is so useful for stuff. I mean, Chip overall has a lot of really good uses for his meter. Can go into like overhead Rekka RC, the Kara Super for fast wall breaks. There's just a lot of stuff that you would... wait, we're talking about burst here, QK. Brain rotting. Anyway, the point is, you can do so many things with Wild Assault that it's kind of hard for red users to justify the deflect shield. Although one could argue that, you know, is maybe one of the primary targets you want to use deflect shield again, because she goes into those mix-ups really fast, and deflect shield kind of negates both highs and lows at the same time. Alright, finds with the 2 heavy hit, baits the DP. That was not even like a safe jump setup, that was just just walking forward with plus frames from the super. With punishing that 6K with Mad Love. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. You miss with the 6P on Chip, and you're open for with punishing for such a long time. Have the burst here to stay alive, but it is too much. Rhylia on a 6-game win streak, is this not? 2 for Emu, 6 for Rhylia. It is slowly rolling out of control here. What is the answer what is the adjustment that Emu can do? And I mean, technically the answer is just, you know, rely on your footsies, find the hits at neutral. Oh, we can definitely use the overhead wreck as a neutral tool of sorts as well. Hopping over Rhylia's low poke here. Get the hit. Now even an alpha is quite of a threatening option here for Chip. Got the wall break, got the wild assault. Look how much meter Emo has. But none of it. Ooh! Was probably planning on getting the YRC bait here, but accidentally, quotations, accidentally ends up landing the hit. So the players on slightly different Yomi layers here, and it ends up working out for Emo this time. Swinging a miss with that far slash. Found the low. Dash in, and we're mixing again. We check on the throw. And there we go with the dive. The commitative options from, you know, oh my god, that jump heavy actually connected there? Nutty. Oh, that's a big counter hit. Not ready to hit confirm it though. Hold it still into a low. Yep, getting a throw. And once again into the situation. Plus frames with the clone, but not plus enough. Rhylia gets a quick 2P jab out of there, but not able to hit confirm out of it. Now I kind of like this. Emu has been missing a lot of throw options, so this time goes in with the good old throw PRC option select. And the snipe, look at that, jump PP, the fastest button available. Long gone are the days of only air-to-airs, only anti-airing with air-to-air air throws. This is Strive, baby. The air-to-airs are very strong in this game. Although, I gotta say, usually not with the P buttons. The P and K buttons are, like, famously hard to confirm for a lot of characters from air-to-air scenarios. It is usually like the SS and the heavies that you're gonna be looking for. Base the throw with a hover dash and into the cash out. One more hit. What's it gonna be? Full burst, half meter. Here we go, going into the DP RC. I like that. Very, very stable option, very traditional option for DP characters. Juggling up. Rhylia says that I don't want to get. Oh my god, wait! It lands from the downwards alpha straight into the node. That was a very, very courageous option there from Rhylia. If the node was to be whiffed, Chip is, of course, a really fast character and able to cover the distance with multiple different options and whip punish that. Right, quick 1, 2, 3. Didn't manage to get the Kara Super in there this time and breaking the wall without the hard knockdown, but looking so far so good for Emu. And is it gonna be enough? It's gonna be really close, not quite. This is, in a way, this is actually pretty good for Emu. Because look at this. Because you didn't get the kill with that super, he was able to build this much more burst for the next round. And now we are technically on the 50 burst ready to go for Emo. Finds the 5B, anti-air, but a hard conversion. It's actually Rhylia who ends up taking Emu into the corner. The stroke to big tree, actually plus frames. Rare footage of stroke being actually plus when catching the opponent airborne. And now, potentially guessing for the game, Emu has to spend the burst. 5B, again, no big conversion here, but we keep the pressure. Rhylia with the burst. Are we gonna burst? The bait and the 2 heavy! The 2S actually reaches, but no! Emu tried to get the corner position back. Air dashing out of the corner, Rhylia got cut the tail end of that with 6B, but now next interaction is gonna be super important. What's it gonna be? Barely missing with the alpha. That's gonna be, oh my god, goes into the DP, bets the farm, and here we go into the low, but no conversion again. These conversions have been somewhere. Wild Assault is confirmed, and Rhylia is able to take it away. I saw at least 1, at least 2, maybe even 3 successful hits. But the thing is, when you're playing a fast-paced anime game like this, sometimes those hit confirms just slip by you. And it happens to the best of us as well. But damn, that was looking like a really, really nice start of a comeback there. Still, this is technically, like we advertised earlier, Emu did sort of fight from an underdog position, and considering that, a lot of the games were super even. So this was a really nice explosive start for our week today. Okie dokie. Into the next one we go. If the first one was explosive, wait till you see this one. We've got 2 characters, Leo and Baiken, looking to get into that nice close distance to unleash your best combos. Probably no zoning done here. 2 characters with really explosive, like both of these characters kinda, how should I put it? Interestingly, they kinda have the range, and a lot of their super explosive buttons are far range, such as like Leo's 5 heavy. Yet, those buttons are sometimes a little difficult to use versus certain characters that have characters such as like Sin, or maybe Testament is a good option, or Kai, you know, characters that just have very great disjointed far slashes, you know, good disjointed far-reaching BMB pokes. But in that sense, both of these characters are kind of similar in a way that they lack, what they lack in range, they sort of gain from other perspectives. For example, Baiken's far slash, one of the fastest in the game, 9-frame startup, lacks a little bit of range, but if you get into that closer distance, there are very few far slashes that can sort of challenge that kind of distance with, you know, the speed with which you know, Baiken swings her stuff with. Oh yeah, I was supposed to fix the I was supposed to fix Sifu's flag. Can I actually do it fast? I don't think I'll have the time. Alright, where are we gonna get a picture of Baiken? Dustloop, help me out here. Please, give me a PNG of Baiken. That's a PNG of Baiken. That looks pretty good. Alright, we can work with that. Shit, it's too late. It is too late. It's go time. Let's see. I'm not even sure what this flag is. Also, previous Sifu was rocking. A couple of seconds. What if I save this in the flag folder and we just do it on the fly? Fuck it, we'll do it live. Flags, just save Baiken in there. This is the most scuffed shit that I've ever done in my life. Alright, it's in there. Update our flag. There we go. There's Baiken. Just before the game starts. Alright. We're used to doing this live. Let's go. Sifu versus Sea Salty, our newcomer debut match player here from England. Right, we got the DP into. Ooh, goes under there. Under back turn S as well. Interesting. I was under the impression. Oh my god, got the DP there. Into safe jump. No blocks here, so we're. Oh, that was actually slightly unfortunate. The second hit of the Takamima actually ended up being what breaks the wall. And look at that, the reaction from Sifu. The gun, the neutral jump checking. Do you want to do something that's punishable? Sees the flash, sorry, not the flash, the sonic boom, and just unleashes the gun. Right, that was kind of tricky. Whipping a button as a frame kill and then going into the meaty instead. And now, time to guess. Wait, what? I think Sifu went for a parry there. However, Sea Salty's throw was a little bit too early. And look at this. Third strike, y'all! One hit confirmed into. Oh, got him airborne and response in kind. I have a reversal super as well, says Sea Salty. All right, good quick punish there on a 2 heavy. Sorry, not 2 heavy, 2D from Leo. All right, 2K 2D into the jungle drums. Sifu knows that's exactly the kind of position where Leo Whitefang usually wants to be. In your face, in back turn, mixing you up. Making you guess between highs and lows. Ooh, was already committed to the Kabari there, so no punish on the DP. Ooh, but nice punish on the 2D there. Jump slash from Baiken, actually reaching deep enough for that. Immediate burst, hits it, got something with that throw, and went into the command grab, but I think that's not gonna matter, or rather that's not gonna do enough, or that's not gonna do anything. Alright, we spending it. Find the frame trap. Watch your ankles. Sea Salty trying to get into position. However, look at the spacing. The spacing is once again what makes and breaks it. Sifu was like just a little bit too far away for the hit confirmed to land safely. Alright, what's happening here? Hello? Strive? No? Strive? We good? Alright, well, the pace of the match is fast, and I imagine the players are raring to hit that retry button as well, so we could have a classic case of frame 1 rematch, which of course makes, in the context of the spectators, makes us drop out, which is unfortunate thing. But it is still early, so not missing any decisive rounds here. Gonna force the players back into the lobby and go again. Yeah, on the other hand, it's like it's really tough to, you know, blame people, because in the heat of the moment, in the competitive situation, the kind of tournament environment, emotions are high, your adrenaline is flowing, so sometimes, you know, your fingers will do what they are meant to do. They will press buttons and you go into the next match really fast, and, you know, it is what it is, but right, looking like SeaSalty taking the first round here. Based on the one game we saw so far, this is gonna be a dogfight for sure. SeaSalty definitely exerting the aggressive Leo Whitefang energy that we've kind of grown accustomed to seeing on Bounty Hunters as well, because we do have Mr. Showman himself, Radoon, showing up from time to time and, you know, making the big wild plays. Gets me very same kind of aura here for SeaSalty. And with that, that's literally 1 hit point left for SeaSalty here. We're just gonna run it back, huh? Nope. See if it actually gets it. Lifebar Gaming, the hypest of radio casts. So how much do Baiken's unique reversal options actually throw a wrench in Leo's basic game plan? I think it's like, because Leo is a high-low gamer or a high-low character, usually wants to, I mean, you do have a command grab option as well, but usually you'd probably want to make them guess between high or low, or switch sides. I think since you can dash through your opponent, you do have some, you know, pretty natural options from Leo Whitefang. For example, if you think that there might be a parry coming, you could, instead of going for the meaty, you could dash through and then go for like a late button, which will it will check the reversal parry, and it will check people respecting you too much as well. So it works kind of, it has like it's like a multi-purpose option. And oftentimes in fighting games, wait, which one won it? I think it's SeaSalty because he's the one standing, right? Right, 1-1. Usually in fighting games, you wanna lean into options that cover as many options from your opponent as possible, or at least the most relevant options.
Duel 1.
Alright, let's see how it develops from here. Too heavy. Massive reach there. Alright, 2K getting punished, and a counter hit, immediate burst into the corner. Ooh, the kabare just not reaching far enough. Rare footage of the parry stance strike actually trading there. SeaSalty sees. Baiken coming in from too high. Get the throw. Get the blender rolling. Or, I mean, I guess technically you shouldn't call Leo pressure blender. It's just the yo! The clean exert era air throw. Get out of there. Get out of there, Baiken. That's not where Little Samurai should be. Alright, dash through. We were talking about Wild Assault. Leo, of course, a very prominent Wild Assault user as well. Interesting to, probably should mention that in terms of the colors of the Wild Assaults, that was a nice attempt to air dash over that projectile, by the way. And the 2-heavy gets there in time. However, 2D from Leo already active. Super. Sifu sees it. Because the opponent had 50 meter, you would have to go for a punish much earlier, and the Wild Assault once again. Ooh, heavy flash kick actually catches with the tail end, and now this time the parry strike. 2D from Sifu goes active before the 2D from C Salty. But missing with whatever Sifu was going for there. The tether was attached, but the strike just missing by a couple of pixels. And C Salty was ready to press the button, ready to go for the 5B quick mash. Check if we have a gap here. Gap was indeed found. And thus C Salty goes 2-1 lead here early in this set. Here we go, finds the high into Wild Assault. Now this is so nasty as well. I wonder if there was a misinput there. Got the back turn D. But even if you find like a really far away mid-screen conversion, Leo with the red. Wow! We're not taking any of those plus frames. The Escabari is a very common sort of safe-ish meaty option that would have probably beaten the S flash kick here, but it's such a great option to have. With Leo's reversal super, you have the flash kick and the reversal super working kind of in tandem, sort of covering different angles. If your opponent tries to space themselves away from you with disjointed frames, the reversal super is gonna catch it. And speaking of the Wild Assaults here, we got the blue assault into Escabari, and there's not gonna be RC this time. We get a just clean punish on the super. Ooh, nice whip punish there, perfect spacing with the disjoint of that Kabari. Got a little bit of pressure, but going into the S flash kick once again. And as we know, even though that's not as good as it was in the past, like in the past you could do heavy flash kick and just start your pressure from a reversal position, Leo can't really do that anymore per se. Ooh, saw the active frames and went for the frame one parry of the slowdown frames. Really nice. Now DP got with the low, the two heavy whiffs though. Straight into super, we have the RC, yep, indeed, 5D tap, but just that uncharged 5D is not gonna lead into much. Here's the BMB, base the DP, and they should be lights out for C Salty. Sifu sees the wild options coming. But now, we've seen these wild reversals, but this actually gives, you know, opportunity for C Salty to start abusing the, you know, the respect that Sifu is giving to them. If you just press buttons on your wake up instead now, you might be able to steal some turns that way. Oh my god, goes under it. Respawn, DP with another DP. Swings there with the gold burst. Now C Salty is playing with that positive bonus and a lot of meter coming in. No RC there. Alright. Gonna opt to take the damage here. That's a lot of damage actually. And still the tether attached. What's gonna happen here? Not gonna quite break the wall. Neutral jump to bait flash kick maybe. That was a reversal too heavy that C Salty unleashed there. I wonder if that was a flash kick or not. Safe jump once again, and again this time no RC. Are they gonna burst? Yes indeed. Gonna still fight for this round. Plus frames. Ooh, but not caring about those flash frames at all. Goes into the flash kick right away. 2K, yeah, that's what I was talking about. If you're too scared, or rather if your opponent is too scared of your reversal DP options, why not just press buttons? Alas, that was not enough here. Oh my god, the glimpses of Radoon. Here we go, the 2D. If the 2D is not punished, there is, of course, always an option to RPS the follow-up minus situation with your DP if you so desire. Bar slash finds it smart, but the tatami actually not landing, and the combo is broken. Reversal super by C Salty 5B. Ends up whipping there. Moving back and forth again with the SDP. Punished. Is that gonna be enough? Yes, indeed. I think that should be enough to take the last pixels. Then GG. No, one more hit point left. But there we go. Oh my goodness. That was so damn close. But Sifu, having the keen senses for when the reversal is coming once again, taking the ground with another great DP punish.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Again, with the dash forward to heavy reach is really far away. 2K. Checking the minus situation after that heavy kabari. Ooh, just dials into the DP. See Salty having to bail themselves out of that DP punish situations using a burst. Now Sifu responding kind, DPing straight into the tatami. Tried to reach with the jump slash, but not quite close enough. See Salty rocking with a lot of meter here. Lots of options available. Goes into the reversal parry into the right direction as well. But again, look at this. The respect that Sifu has been giving See Salty on Wake Up can be exploited. And now, guessing wrong once again. Blue RC sees what is happening, sees the Berserker slash coming. An easy yoink out of that one for Sifu. Alright, are you gonna come? I got the tatamis ready to go. It's a very classic way of playing neutral for Vikings. Used to in the past use that air backdash tatami way more than perhaps in Strive. 2D finds its mark, switches sides, but Sifu once again goes into the reversal kabari. So sorry, the reversal parry. The S kabari enough to disjoint against that gold burst. It was actually interesting because Sea Salty got the gold burst there. The burst actually ends up whipping because gold bursts are still the same amount, the same hitboxes as they were in season 2. So the fact that we were working with the gold burst might have actually been a downside for Sea Salty. So have the times changed. I mean, of course, if you manage to hit that gold burst, you got some really nice amount of meter and burst coming back. But it does come with a pretty hefty risk now. The risk being your burst might just whiff like it used to in the past. Ooh, nice whiff punish there. But of course, the 2S being a sort of like a OG arcade footsies button in a way. Unless you get a particular hit, like a counter hit, it's a little hard for Viking to land, rather hit confirm those hits. But now the reversal super is gonna call out the command grab attempt from Sea Salty and sees it. There we go, that was really good because Sea Salty had the 50 meter. He could have RC'd, so there was an opportunity for denying the place from Sifu. But landing the parry between the initial hits makes it so that no meter was spent that day. No position was procured by Sea Salty after that reversal super. Right, a little too far to punish. But now the flash kick working as a makeshift anti-air. A bit of bullet-on-bullet action. There's a lot of footsies going on here. Switch sides. Sea Salty sees it again. Gets into the position to mix high-low. But the parries have been working out really well for Sifu. Sea Salty ready to unleash the burst. Here we go. Sees it coming from a mile away, but misses the punish. All right. Sifu on a little bit of a win streak here. Started out very even. In fact, I think Sea Salty was in the lead in that 2-1 position very early to this set. But now Sifu has been able to mount 4 successive wins after that. We definitely figured out something. I think the big thing that Sifu was able to get on point was the predictions on the reversal options, as well as, you know, using a decent amount of reversal options of their own. Speaking of reversal options, going with a safe jump here. Mami's in a very defensive position, get the tether, go in the corner, going with a DP safe option. You could go into the empty throw out of your tether attached, which technically will lose against mashing, but is gonna beat the reversal DPs. 2D hits from downtown. I think I heard the sound of the command grab from Leo starting. So tried to go for the throw option here, but Sifu says no. Swings into it and prevents it from starting up. A lot of plus, but 2S, a little too slow button to punish there. Taps from the Yozan, goes for the third time. Oh, the late air dash. Massive amount of overheads. This is another way that you can present the overheads other than the TK Yozan. Rolling straight into the Sonic Boom. The 5D was charged with a little bit of a wrong timing here. No 50 meter to RC out of this, but very close to full burst. It ends up being Sifu who spends the burst as a momentum option here. Full burst, punished, and straight into the DP. Salty has actually a chance to come back here, but the pressure string ends up taking another one for Sifu. This is a really interesting clash of options here. Have to be very careful with all of those flash kicks and supers coming out. It's a very different kind of pace that you often see. We see this kind of gameplay coming out from not just Leo Whitefran, but also from the likes of Sin Kisk, who have a very potent DP. I think Sin in a way has actually taken away the crown from Mr. Whitefran himself as the king of DPs of sorts in season 3. So both players quite loaded with the meter. Plus frames out of Escabari, don't want to deal with that, but Sifu says the same. You stay in the corner, however, Sea Salty gets out of there. Back turn D. Not ready to break the wall just yet. 6 heavy, that's a big counter hit, and that's probably should be a kill, yes, considering the amount of resources that Sifu was working with. Both players going into the potential last game of the set. Now Sea Salty has to get this to stay alive in this set. Sifu looking for that one. Wait a second, we crossing up here? Going with a classic, cross back up with the TK Yozan on the way out. Frame trap with the 6K, and that's a safe jump, says Sifu. Very close to getting the burst back. This will do so much damage. Are we gonna burst? Are we not gonna burst? Might have been a combo drop or a very interesting burst bait. The fact of the matter is, we got a wall stick, we got a hard knockdown, we got the super, everything available for Sifu. 100 meter, 100 burst, 50 meter. We are going into the reversal, the punish, and the immediate burst. Sifu wants to end it here. Is hungry to just go out of the set right away. Jump slash, Yozan, hit from very far. But we are still alive, somewhat. That was really nice, or rather interesting RPS for Sifu, because he connected the jump slash Yozan from such a high distance, or such a high height, that was probably landing into minus frames, which is why Sifu ended up wanting to go with the neutral jump afterwards to prevent getting thrown. The DP has been baited, and nowhere near, I said nowhere near the full burst, but 100 meter into the reversal super RC. Now put Sifu in the corner. We got the wall break, but now Sea Salty needs a little bit of time. Yeah, I like this. Taking it a little bit slower here, just to be able to recover some of those resources. Now we have built into 50 burst and 50 meter and 100 burst. Oh, has the burst there! There it is! The last chance that Sea Salty could have saved himself, and still lives to fight another day, get the anti-air DP, and secure the 3rd point of this set. Whew, that was really close for comfort there for Sea Salty, but we are somehow still alive and ready to make this comeback. 4 more games to go if we want to make it, make it a big counter sweep. Now sifu. Got by the reversal DP here. Ooh, what a dangerous scenario. Using the jump D, whipping it very high in the air, causing sifu to go into landing frames here. Got a safe jump setup here, apparently. Ooh, probably tried to go for parry here. They saw that the S, or the back turn S, was already active, so the only two things that we could have done there was to go for the immediate parry or just respect it. Ooh, wait a second, tried to punish there between the second and the third hit. So Salty ends up taking the hit instead. 2D once again from downtown. And we got the round secured. Alright, alright. Starting to look pretty good for Salty. The rounds can end in Leo's favor so fast once you get the ball rolling. Speaking of, dunk him. Don't care about your reversal parry options whatsoever with this one. Switch sides. Oh, that was very tricky. Procures the better position here. And now trying to get a little bit of a backwalk tatami action here. Going by Salty says no. Get stuck. Get hard knockdown. 100 burst. 100 meter for sifu to go. Getting a hit here would be explosive. RC, no RC. Just goes into the safe jump setup. Ah, tried to bait it with a neutral jump. What was that? The drift forward. Was that super PRC? Went through whatever Salty was mounting there on as a media option. How about the Sonic Boom? But that 2D is still, or rather, is already active as Salty is actually doing this. Admin? Is he doing it? Is he really?
Duel 1. Let's rock.
No anti-air attempt to be made here. Skip back to the mid-screen position and finds a big hit. Yeah, that was probably warranted a burst for sifu. But now look at that, the massive amount of disjoints coming from Kabari. And once again, no safe meaties with that S Kabari for you. Miss. Wait, where are we going? What the hell was that? Kinda looked like sifu hadn't even crossed up yet. Air dashing into the wrong direction, or rather the other direction. Plant some trees, OTG, no OTG. But a quick jab in the face with those whatever those things are attached to Leo's hands. Do we have a lore name for those weapons? Even if we do, I probably can't pronounce it because of, I don't know, pseudo-German. But here we go, swinging with the options, swinging with flash kick, swinging with 2K. What are these back turn Ds though that end sees all this pressure? I wonder if those are misinputs or if there's just some sort of Leo tech that I'm not aware of. Look at that footsies though! 6K from Bike and skipping past that 2K for Leo, and now into the big hit. Should be a kill, yes indeed. Only the last pixels to shave off here. Then Jin even went through the wall there. And now once again, set point position for Sifu Baiken. Live or die, Salty. Make your choice. That neutral trade here. Both players rocking with the full burst. And we know that Salty is capable of making those full screen red assault conversions if they so desire. 2D catches Sifu's jump startup frame, but Sifu still managed to get out of there. Now back into the neutral. Salty has a positive bonus active, so it would be super important for all right, yep, convert it and still get the tail end of that positive bonus. Ah, the slowdown frames. Yo, from where? From the wrong side. Take this gun. Into the parry frames were still active, prompting Sifu to go into the burst here. Wrong direction. Do we get the punish? Careful not to extend yourself into the last active frame of the super. It was kind of smart there to go with the heavy kabari. That was probably the safest punish you could ever get. Oh my god, and ending it with that trick. S kabari, purple RC into a throw. Definitely something that's hard to react to, perhaps even impossible to react to. You would just have to know that trick. You would have to know that that trick is coming and be ready to mash or jump out. And that's all she wrote. Sifu triumphing over Sea Salty on their debut match here on Bounty Hunters, but what a match it was. Very reminiscent of some of the wilder Leos that we've seen, and you know, it's a fun kind of playstyle to see. But this time Sifu able to tame the lion and come out of that matchup victorious. What do we got next? More newcomers on the horizon. Yarucchi from Turkey is gonna go off against Meadow Bridget. And we were kind of talking a little bit about that that far range gameplay of Bridget's, which is mostly played with strikes, which is technically something that Anji players can dance through. And with the use of, or with the addition of Season 3 Midare, technically any, well, I shouldn't say any, but most of the far range normals that you catch from Bridget should be convertible into a hard knockdown here with the use of Midare. Then again, Bridget still has the, you know, active yo-yo set as well, which will technically produce a projectile, and parrying those is usually not the best for Anji, so we're gonna have to see how this one plays out here. Spin all your troubles away, says Yarucchi, which could be what this matchup is gonna end up being about. And here we go. Into the heat of battle, Yarucchi, for the first time on Bounty Hunters, facing off against Meadow. Let's see how it's gonna be. Lots of Bridget gamers as of late. But it has been a while since we've seen Meadow for previously. Right, immediate burst. You're probably gonna be seeing a lot of, you know, pretty fast bursts from Meadow. Bridget is, you know, kind of a soft target, especially considering how much damage this character Anji does. And speaking of that damage, we're gonna see it right here into the full extension. Look at that. That's more than half. That's like 2/3 of your life bar already gone. So you really can't blame the Bridget gamers for saving their burst, potentially for the big combo breaker. Now, close slash, not converting cleanly. That was a first world problems, getting too much of a juggle there, and scootering past Yaruchi's Anji with the airborne hitbox. Block on the low, and that was that a true punish actually? Trying the 6B, finding the low. Now, when it comes to playing against Anji, the timing of your strikes is gonna be what makes or breaks everything. Basically, every single long-range poke from Bridget is gorilla spinnable. But of course, the tail end of the recovery from the spin, the Suigetsu no Hakobi, is always in counter hit state as well. So if Meadow manages to predict the timing, however, the tricky thing is, if you watched how Yarucchi was spinning here, you do have some agency over how long you want to be spinning. You could do a very quick spin and thus recover pretty fast, or you could hold the button as well and spin for a very long time. And the same kind of RPS is available for, I believe, Ko and Hujin as well. So the startup of those can be delayed into the spin frames.
Duel 1.
So you gotta find those timings to either poke at Anji before the gorilla spin goes active, or alternatively you're trying to aim for the recovery of the spin. Alright, jumping out of Shin. Ooh, that was a really nice position to be in. However, too bad that Meadow committed into that throw and couldn't get a punish as a result. Now we're going into the Anji conversion. Trying to get the plus frames from Shin, but this time Meadow is on point, and the answer, she was trying to get the burst, but didn't believe in her read all the way to the end. 6B ends up landing successfully but spinning, twirling into the wrong direction as a result. Yarucchi, completely fine taking the negative penalty here. Still lands the big core, massive damage, misses the combo though. Was that a close slash that ends up whipping? So if you end up having Anji whiff a core in your face, your mileage may vary from character to character whether your close slash actually manages to reach them. So some characters have to reach for like a button such as like too heavy, perhaps for Bridget, or I mean if you want to be absolutely sure, you could also always chase the missed call or the whiffed call with an air throw as well. 6B gets Meadow out of the corner, but not out of the pressure. Extended with a 50-meter plus frames. Look at that. Tried to jump out of it, but the command hop making Yarucchi recover way faster than Meadow was able to start those jump-in buttons. I think we might have a disconnection here once again, or rather a retry slightly too fast for the spectator speed to catch up. We're gonna flip this back to winner stays, get them out of there. So as we predicted so far, lots of spinning from the side of Anji, as of course you must, because you know Anji's neutral poking capabilities not the best out there. So Anji is sort of, and the thing is, Season 3 changes for Anji made Anji kind of double down on the spinning options, the spinning neutral as well. You didn't really get any new stuff to help you with, you know, footsies or anything, but they made the Suigetsu no Hakobi or any related Gorilla Spin follow-ups even stronger with the addition of Midare. So now, even more so than ever, we are spinning. We are definitely spinning our troubles away, as was the text in Yaruchi's card. But at the same time, it is not necessarily, it's very interesting conundrum, because it's not 100% negative or 100% positive thing. It's, well, in matchups where you are being zoned out, such as like Bridget, Nagoriyuki, or the likes of those, it's really nice to have an option that can contest those far-reaching pokes, but at the same time, you are very locked onto that Anji gameplay. You can't really escape having to bet, having to gamble at neutral a lot with this character. But at the same time, that's kind of what makes Anji a very interesting character to spectate, and perhaps a very interesting character to play as well for players who are into that, you know, gamble, bet it all. If you're right, get the big hits, double tap your opponent out of the round. It's fun in its own way for sure. And let's see, I think Yarucchi is gonna take a third one in a row, I believe, unless this was sandbagged. And it kind of looked like players were playing, so I'm going to assume that's third point for Yarucchi here. And we get a confirmation as well. So gonna hop back into it with Yarucchi having 3-0 lead. Again, it is the timings that Meadow has to get on point, but it's really difficult though. The answer against Anji is never to stop swinging. That's the difficult thing. Even if you get read out, even if you keep poking into that spin, you just have to adjust your timings. It's like if you as a keep away character or a long range character such as Bridget, if you start doubting yourself, against a character who just wants to come in, it ends up spiraling out of control really fast. You have to be active, you have to be proactive, you have to keep pressing, have to pick your timings and spacings better. But it can be very demoralizing when this massive damage character is just mauling on you, finds the overhead and converts. This is not going to be a hard knockdown, so we are going back to neutral if something positive is to be said for... Oh, hello? Are we good?
Duel 2.
Right, let's see. Still, yep, ready to play still. Into Karashin. Or wait, that's not even Kara. That's the forward steering Shin that you got for Anji in Season 3. You can now make yourself perhaps a little more safe by steering yourself backwards or steer yourself forwards as well to sort of inch into those Shin plus frames from the sky. Alright, but Meadow working with staff. Good air dash out of the corner by Yarucchi though. Got the DP with that throw. Set it up into butterfly pressure. Meadow has so much meter. All the resources in the world available. And speaking of the timings, the timing of the 6P was good that time. Into set up the yo-yo. The blue assault for Bridget is gonna give her basically the yo-yo set for free, or the passive yo-yo set for free, and then allow her to sort of quotations meaty with her 2K as well. So it's kind of a you know, you can pay half of your burst gauge to go into some of your best pressure setups. Not your best Oki setups, of course, but you know, you get some pretty decent pressure as a result. And a very OG, old-fashioned way shimmy here. Just walking backwards, baiting the throw. Meadow still with a pretty decent life lead, and all of those resources ready to be unleashed as well. Into blue assault, set it up. 2 heavy guesses, those are exactly what we're gonna need. Because Yarucchi has been extremely greedy with swinging those scores so far, and they haven't been punished. But this time Meadow gets a little bit of punish there with the use of 2 heavy. And if she managed to get those hit cleanly, those could be a very stable source of damage for Meadow. Alright, on board, and we are... Yeah, there we go. Speaking of timings, that's another read that you can make against incoming Suigetsu no Hakobi. Dash forward and get the throw. Tried to DP into the Shin, but unfortunately, Bridget's DP not having the most reach or most inward frames. Sees the startup of the spin, get that throw, and now we are setting it. Oh no! The passive yo-yo coming back, actually kind of cock-blocking Meadow's setup here. Poking into, oh, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Gets the close slash starter in, not quite building the 50 meter. So Meadow still looking pretty okay here. Get the guaranteed throw, or I mean, I guess not guaranteed. I couldn't see if Yarucchi actually queued up an air dash here, which would have actually made that technically untakeable. Into the blue assault we go once again. Start the pressure. Yarucchi using all of their defensive resources on FD. Wall break looking good so far for Meadow. Ooh, the dance does not do any good there. I think because the startup of the Roger Super was so delayed, it ended up punishing Yarucchi out of that spin. DP works out. Is the burst gonna come out? That was a very delayed burst, so very, very good on Yarucchi there, not unleashing it into the obvious burst bait that Meadow was rocking with. Oh, this time though, Roger graces the parry frames of the spin. Spinning. Trying to find the timing. Where does it come from? Oh, if you're gonna backdash, I'm just gonna dash forward. And now Meadow taking charge of that situation. Because we saw Yarucchi being completely fine moving around the screen, backdashing a lot, even to the point of, you know, taking the the negative warning or the negative penalty itself. So Meadow makes the executive call to just chase aggressively, push Yarucchi into the corner and get the throw there. Oh, nice pickup and the wild assault as well. That's gonna go into, oh, not gonna go into super. I wonder, that might have been too high for Yarucchi to actually connect with the super, so had to break the wall with the normal instead. But I mean, Anji is very good at spending the meter, and we got the hit here, bam! A 2-tap once again is a 2-tap gaming for our Anji player here. One of the highest damage characters in the game. Now opting to not take that hard knockdown from Midare. Both players missing with their options. And now the Shin. Yo, I gotta say, Bridget's DP seems to be fairly weak against that Shin. I know DPs of a couple of characters such as, you know, we've been talking about Sinkisk because, I mean, I'm an avid Sin player and my DP doesn't give a damn about that Shin. So, not all DPs are created equal, it seems, and I think Shin from Anji seems to... Oh, look at that, the read! Into the corner, we got the plus frames, no way to go but to block. We got a couple of bursts here for... a couple of points here for Meadow, but Yarucchi returns onto the driver's seat with a very comfortable 2-game buffer. Trying to FD those 6 heavies out. OTG into the butterfly. Can't really contest that core because the butterfly was still on screen. Into a low. Set up the yo-yo. Baiting the 6-speed. There we go. The counter hit punish. Into Scooter, into Close Slash. It's gonna probably... Is that gonna be enough? That probably isn't gonna be for yeah. Even with the Roger super, that probably wouldn't have been enough. But this time we don't even need the super. Just keep the corner position. We are that neutral controlling character after all. Nice backdash out of there, but the the far slash came out a little too late there. Skipping a hop to S counter hit. Didn't get the cleanest of conversions, and now spending the meter for pressure. That was a nice deflection, completely putting Yarucchi back to full screen. But Yarucchi still managed to find the hit, and now with the 50 meter, that should be a kill. Yes, indeed. No questions asked. Going into the last round, Meadow with a little bit of a resource lead, having 50 burst available before Yarucchi. The Midare goes into the hard knockdown. Getting a decent amount of value out of that deflect shield. Hard knockdown, didn't get to set the yo-yo. And punish that 6P. Yeah, those 6Ps are definitely not free to whiff. Speaking of 6Ps, finding a 6P from a very peculiar angle once again. Backdash out of command grab. Here comes Yarucchi. Spent the 50 meter. Oh, unfortunate combo drop. Didn't want to get the side swap. And now Meadow more than happy to be punished. Not confirmed though, but the pressure is not over. Finds the legs, finds the toesies. 6P, yeah, this time predicts the commit on the yo-yo twirl. 6Ps will work in those cases pretty well. Meadow is not gonna quite get enough burst. That was so close though. And Yarucchi procures another round, 5-2-2. We are approaching that point of the set where every single game ends up being super, super important here. And now, a big momentum moment. Is Yarucchi gonna go into 6 points with the next one? Or is Meadow still able to keep up with the pace? Very few mistakes that you can make in this matchup for Bridget. Got a small punish there, but again, it's really important for, especially against super high damage characters such as Anji, to derive a decent amount of value out of your options when you actually manage to land them. Again, comboing into the butterfly. That was kind of cool. Into plus frames, check the low. Yeah, I think there is some amount of RPS at that spacing. If you manage to make the opponent block Shin while their back is against the corner, they could try the 6P, which is one of the reasons why a lot of Anjis tend to go into that 2S after the Shin plus frames. Oh, but now we're spinning, we're twirling, we're setting. Oh, or not setting. We're not setting anything. Getting a throw, and Meadow has so many tension resources available here. Skipping a hop, missing. Here we go. Base the burst, but a little too far to get the punish. Still, the pressure keeps rolling. We have 50 meters still. And on the other hand, Yarucchi has absolutely nothing. No burst, no tension, nothing. We're just gonna have to organically block whatever is coming here. Meadow wasn't able to get the anti-air on the air dash out, and now Yarucchi managed to land a good hit, but saved by the bell. Meadow, the wall coming in to help. Getting the wall break a little too early, backdashing out the gold burst, close slash. The close slash from Prison doesn't hit high enough, and Yarucchi gets the throw. Oh no! We were talking about those close slashes. Some characters just don't have a high hitting close slash enough. And I'm not sure if that's always the case or if that was just a timing issue here for Meadow, but that close slash against the whiffed claw ends up being a lost opportunity. And Yarucchi will happily take that and move into 6-2 position now. But gotta not let those small mistakes worry you too much. We still have a whole ass game to play here, a whole ass set to play, so to speak. Overhead hits, that's gonna be big. Let's see, are we gonna take the wall break? Yes, indeed, and gets the hard wall break as well. Yarucchi with the cool routing here. 2-tap gameplay. Here we go. Set point for Yarucchi. Are we just gonna do Meadow like that, huh? Oh, are we good? We're ready to play? We're just chilling, vibing to the chill tunes. Cat needs feeding. Speaking of cats, we have a couple of new kitties here in the Bounty Hunters headquarters. If you want to see them, you can you can join my Discord and check the pets channel. Not sure what's going on here for Meadow though. Probably a situation that needs urgent attending to. Yarucchi, however, being a gentleman here and doesn't want to take the round, so to speak, for this is basically the deciding round potentially for this set. And for a lot of people, such as myself as well, taking this round here without a fight would not be satisfying now, would it? You want to take it while your opponent is fighting at their full strength. But I mean, at this point, I think Yarucchi will just have to take the win, right? Because time is running out and 10 seconds wouldn't be enough even to make a comeback, so it does look like Meadow has to tap out, and it's gonna be a 7-2 win for the first timer Yarucchi Anji from Turkey.
Time is up.
Alright, but good amount of resistance from Meadow. However, very, very solid Anji gameplay, I gotta say. The combos, pretty much on point. Very active, not succumbing to the zoning, which of course Anji has a capability of doing. Never zoned out when you know you're facing long range pokes with that Suigetsu no Hakobi. But moving into the next one, we have LoHii coming through. A man I wanted to see play this particular character, especially for a very long time. I think LoHii has been playing Ram for quite a while. I think LoHii already had Ram during the last install 2022, if I recall. But I mean, there's been a lot of things happening between that and current day. I hereby declare that her 2D should be longer. I love what Neat did here. Shout out to Neat by the way, making the freaking best player cards ever. Just extending the the image of Ramlethal a little bit. Ask and ye shall receive. But anyway, Typhoon, it's been a while since we've seen the German Axel player Typhoon on screen. And it has certainly been a while since we've seen LoHii play as well. So welcome back for both of these players, and yeah, without further ado, let's rock it. LoHii Ram. The matchup, I think Axel in this matchup should still have the first say, right? You can of course try to, you know, shoot him from full screen by sending your swords, but that's kind of a risky maneuver, is it not? Because if it is blocked, if it whiffs, you lose access to those swords for a long time. And I mean, Ramlethal has the range to go for, you know, far slashes, 5 heavies. Those will kind of reach from half screen away. Alright, we are going into the first combo, and here it starts. The zoning play of Axel Low. Ooh, but that was a very fast dash momentum flip kick to just get in there. Ah, unfortunately lands straight into the command grab. We got the Van Vision activated, not at the proper time, so that's not gonna combo. But now, oh, the last hit actually ends up hitting all of those lows that you have to respect. The explosion whips and the flip kick whips as well. And now, put back in that... the vacuum, the bane of everybody's existence. It's always like, you initially block it, but then the multiple hits coming through is like, you know, holding the block just long enough to be safe. Frame trap hits with the snail, and we're probably gonna go through the wall unless Typhoon ends up whiffing it, and a very nice read here for LoHii. The forward jump ends up avoiding the the rainwater. One of the few ways that you can actually outplay the rainwater with is to, you know, jump out of there and sort of move forward out of the low downwards hitting hitbox of that move. 5B checks the jump from the round start from LoHii. So shoots the sword, and now, like we said, access to that sword has been lost for a while. And let's see, which one the sword on the screen side is... I forgot which sword is which, actually. We're just gonna have to observe here. Command grab comes through, but LoHii gets a grab of his own here. Ooh, the 5D was actually from too far away, and Typhoon, was that far slash that ends up challenging the 5D? Now LoHii going with the Ramlethal stuff. Get them in the corner once, and this character definitely starts cooking. 6B goes under that far slash, or was that 5B? I think that was 5B from Axel. But now the respect, dash blocking, ooh, lands into the second Rekka. Jump over, get the punish, and actually ends up comboing. Missed the combo here. Typhoon able to put LoHii back into the mix screen. Misses the combo though. Snail, extremely minus. But at that distance also extremely difficult to punish as well. LoHii getting the combo, here we go. Massive, oh. Combo drop, reset, nobody knows. But the fact of the matter is Typhoon is still relatively close to the corner. And this is gonna be a minus. LoHii able to poke their turn. And even with the slowdown frames, LoHii had so much forward moving momentum from that flip kick, putting him in the absolutely wrong position to be at. And now the jump goes into the low follow-up. Typhoon really loves that low follow-up on the Rensen, huh? There we go, find the jump in. And with the close slash pressure, Typhoon not believing in the frame trap. Now LoHii getting the throw. Pick up the sword on the cross. Ooh, just went for the reversal super immediately, thinking that Typhoon was gonna press their advantage after that wire C. Typhoon still needs to improve his position. This is one way to do it. Air dash over, burst LoHii into the corner, one more hit. Where's it gonna come from? Now Axel, not the most known pressure character in the Kill the Gear franchise, but you know, even with the keep away poster boy, we got a little bit of strike throw action. And with some of the latest changes, not just the season 3 changes, but some of the previous patch changes that came before that, Axel has actually gained some pretty decent amount of damage for conversions as well. Speaking of the damage, I think, oh, nice maneuver there. Flip kick under that low profile poke. But here comes Typhoon once again with a command grab. Misses the opportunity to activate One Vision. So would need a hit here. Yeah, LoHii is just smartly blocking that one. Into the gold burst. Oh, that was minus frames technically, so if Typhoon wanted to not yield the position for LoHii, would have to go into a reversal super or that gold burst. Now downside is that after that gold burst, that round didn't last a whole lot of time, so Typhoon at the moment is somewhat low on the burst resources. Nice prediction there, sees the grounded poke whiff and air dashes in, and here we go. Here comes Ramlethal. Oh, but another combo drop once again. This close slash, is he gonna recover in time? No, sir. Nothing of the sort. We actually managed to jump away from the Winter Cherry. Now here's another opportunity. Cut the combo short, go straight into the beam super. Lots of damage coming in, and a hard knockdown. Typhoon has the burst available. What's it gonna be? Into empty throw. That was actually a super smart option there. Because the option is delayed enough that technically, if Typhoon bursts reversal, then you do have some amount of frames to just block and bait it as well. Far slash into nothing. Now LoHii, ooh, perfect spacing there. That's those Street Fighter fundamentals coming in at a perfect spacing where there's not a whole lot of things that Typhoon could have poked with. Start the pressure with 2K, finish it with a big beam cock super through the wall. Typhoon has almost 100 available. Was that a button? Yeah, into the recovery frames of LoHii. But now LoHii is building a lot of resources back. That burst meter, as well as the tension gauge, is gonna be back very soon. However, LoHii is lacking one crucial resource, and that is the health. And with one decisive command grab once again, Typhoon able to close out third game in a row. Those command grabs have been pretty much the bane of LoHii's existence here. So LoHii is willing to play that slow and methodical, you know, calm, dash forward, dash block kind of neutral, but if you're not ready to react to the command grab, if you're not ready to perhaps like do a backdash or a jump out, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of value for Axel. Plus frames out of the, and again, the low follow-up vacuums LoHii in and catches. Smart choice there at the end. LoHii chooses to hold onto the burst. Would have been a hero burst of sorts. Wow, Typhoon feeling a little frisky there. Goes with a raw red assault there to start the stuff. Into rock. Managed to get the hit, but not a pickup. Plus frames here, sword pressure, even at its very basic core, is kind of hard to deal with. And now with the new addition of the Ondo, look at that whiff punish! That was from so far away. I mean, technically, Snail is quite minus, but you know, at that distance, you would have to be so ready to punish if you just wanted to dash in and poke at Axel. A little bit of a mishap here, ends up dashing so far that Typhoon initially puts himself in the corner, but able to procure back that lost real estate. The flip kick is stopped by Axel's 5P. And who has the advantage here? It's LoHii, gets the throw. Momentum burst, stay in the corner. LoHii wanted to keep the pressure going, but not able to keep it up. And with the aggressive buttons, Typhoon takes his turn back and lands the hit. Fourth one in a row. if you see hesitation from your opponent's play, it's definitely no sin to take advantage of that. Here we go with a very delayed. Oh, that was a good attempt! That was such a good attempt! Usually the weak point of that low follow-up of Rensen is that you can indeed approach from the air. But I guess the flip kick's hurtbox is not protected enough and just got caught by the low hitbox of the low follow-up there. They're trying to work their way in. There we go, that's a very nice angle for the jump in, and a big close slash. This should lead into a decent combo, all right. The combo drops have come from really like critical places for LoHii. Even after those drops, he hasn't been able to pick up the pressure very naturally. Here we go, big plus frames though. Rekka moves forward, pick up the sword, and this time, all right. This time we're dropping the combo into a very, I guess, safe place. Go under, 2B, and because of the slowdown frame, oh, that was actually pretty nice. Cuts the combo short again, trying to finish off without having to do anything difficult. With, you know, LoHii has gone on record saying that they are perhaps not the most. What a frame drop! He had the one vision activated or ready to be activated, and just activates it immediately after the low follow-up. How minus is that actually? I would have to bring out my frame data for that. Last bit of health. This is a really tough position against Axel low. Usually when you're approaching Axel from especially the full screen position, you're probably gonna expend some of your life resources to be able to get in. Dash block is usually the name of the game in Guilty Gear franchise for, you know, when you're playing against these zoners. And that comes with, you know, having to take a little bit of chip damage on the way in. So I was wondering about the low follow-up. Let me see if we have a quick moment to check Axel's frames. So that would be, what's the name of that? Spin? Yeah, on block it would be -6. So yeah, it is fairly minus, but it's one of those moves that are can leave the opponent at a kinda suspect distance where they can't really get a true punish. Ooh, Rock working as a full screen poke of sorts. Typhoon, nice 6P into the loop. Land the hit and a super. Yeah, that's the RAM level gameplay that LoHii is gonna need if they wanna come back in this matchup. A Typhoon. Time to mount some of the pressure. LoHii has been building those resources for quite a while from that positive bonus. We have everything available, but what are we gonna use that on? Far slash 5 heavy, the classics, the most classic of maneuvers. Used to be from that spacing in season 2, LoHii would have actually not been able to hit confirm that, but in season 3, especially since Remethal is a red assault user, you can now actually get pretty decent combos from even full screen away from stuff like far slash 5 heavy. We've been very respectful on Wake Up. We got the burst baited by Typhoon. Get the 2S anti-air, it's gonna lead into some really nice damage. Put them in front of you, the Morto Pato gets a hit, but doesn't manage, doesn't get the knockdown that LoHii kind of wanted. And the sword being locked in the corner, Typhoon goes in with the air snail. Very protected hitbox, or rather hurtbox. Very hard to contest. On the other hand, if you block that thing, it's gonna be extremely minus on the landing. But now Typhoon, working with 6 straight wins here against our Finnish boy LoHii. And the challenge comes through, damn! LoHii has the right idea, but perhaps trying to input something a little too early. The low follow-up is, like the spinning low follow-up is one of those annoying moves where if you want to get the punish, you have to be pressing your button like almost right away. And it can be quite knowledge check-ish as well. Because Axel, I didn't think about this before, but Axel is not one of the more common characters that you might be playing against. So, you know, who knows? Maybe we got a little bit of a case of a knowledge check here with the spindle. What is I don't even know what the name is, but the low follow-up of Rensen. Ooh, nice. Gonna hit with the rock. But now again with the 2K, the 5-frame 2K. LoHii finding a throw. One thing can be said, as long as LoHii has been able to... Oh, wait a second, LoHii actually able to tech out of that combo and straight into the beam. I wonder if that was a premeditated thing. But nevertheless, LoHii getting the round win, but we need more. The wireless all this stuff by 6 heavy by Typhoon, and into the command grab we go. And the worst of all, the command grab ends up switching positions. Here we go, LoHii comfortably blocks the One Vision activation, but now running dangerously low on life. Is that gonna be enough? Misses the final, but the trade on the 5 the classic, the go-to of most anti-airs. An option to check the air dash in. Typhoon has been able to triumph over LoHii 7-0. It definitely feels like, I think I heard LoHii saying that they didn't necessarily have a lot of experience against Axel, and sometimes can't really blame the guy. Axel is one of the rarer characters in Guilty Gear's Tribe roster, and I think we basically have 0 Axel players in Finland either. The Typhoon coming through with a lot of force, clearing the matchup and taking it for the German crowd this time. Speaking of German crowd though, the one we got coming up next, Sierra Vice, one of the OGs. A Gold List player ever since this character was introduced. Switched from Ram to Goldie and has never been looking back since. And why would you? Because Gold Lewis is kind of a cool character. But this is, on the other hand, this is kind of a cool matchup as well. A matchup that we don't really see very often. Gold Lewis versus Bedman. Bedman being one of the newer characters, but also one of the, should I say rare characters? Bedman is surprisingly represented, considering the position of Bedman on the perceived tier list at the moment, if somebody cares about those. But on the other hand, we do have quite a few Bedman players on, quite a few very active Bedman players on Bounty Hunters as well. Right, but BocaF on the screen for the first time. Let's see what we got. 2 back-to-back Bedman games coming through. Now we are in the mauling position for... Oh, that was actually pretty great. Able to double jump out of the corner pressure of Sierra's there. Sierra, of course, would love to flip the positions here, does so. And now next hit. Yeah, we'll have to break the wall without a hard knockdown here. So favoring... Oh, wide assault. Round start. Counter hit. Oh, we're launching stuff. Might have been a little bit too far to get a hard knockdown there, especially since White Assault is a little slow on startup. And that's actually a good point. The first, this is probably the first time I see two White Wild Assault users as well at the same time. So 2 big bodies. The gameplay loop, of course, for Bedman. You wanna activate, basically get your arrow rolling, and then you wanna guard crush loop your opponent. In that sense, both these characters have kind of a similar gameplay loop. Both Gold Lewis and Bedman just wanna keep up with the guard crushes as much as possible. Oh, it's the Wide Assault with the invo frames coming through. Oh my goodness, the minigun actually extends your hurt box there into, was that into the arrow, the bomb ahead? Jump D. Doesn't land from the most opportune angle, so ends up putting Sierra at a minus frame. However, nice jump D forward. Doesn't let Bedman get away with free errors. After all, to get your ball really rolling, you would first love to activate an error as a Bedman, and then, you know, go in using that error and, you know, get lots of plus frames and then loop into the next error. And look at that. The neutral jump D prevents Boca from doing anything in the air. It kind of makes sense because Bedman is historically that character who has the ability to float in the air for extended periods of time and then pounce, or rather swoop from the skies on a moment's notice. But as a gold Lewis, you can definitely play those jump Ds not offensively but defensively instead, doing something like perhaps jumping backwards using jump D, or just as Sierra did here, do a neutral jump into a jump D. Oh my god, what is this? What is this mix-up? Sierra finds the connection, and here we are in the mix with DJ Gold Lewis. Didn't end up spending RC that time, was saving it for the last hit. Often enough, if your pressure leads into the opponent being pushed too far and you have 50 meters to spend, a lot of Gold Lewis players love drifting forward back into the guard crushing position again. But speaking of guard crushing, here we go, get the wall break with the use of the Wild Assault. We have the error rolling. Guard crush into another one, and so it loops. Is there anything that Gold Lewis can do about it? Well, press 2P is the option if you can find the hole. Oh, nice bait here. Gets the YRC punish. Adds so much damage. Look at this. Look at this. And still, Sierra ready to, oh, I love that. With the slowdown frames, we are going into an F-Shiki. Here we go. Wild Assault from Boca. Ah, not buying the slowdown. Wait, who was it? Who was it that used that slowdown? Or rather, who was it that used the BRC here? Damn, I blinked and I missed it. Was it Sierra? I think it was Sierra, right? Oops. Wait. There we go. Trio. Butterfingers. Right. Getting the early error here to start out with. Slides under with that too heavy. Ooh, attempting the whiff punish there. Going in with the 6B. It was an interesting clash situation. I almost could have sworn that was such a good whiff punish timing as well. Drifting straight into the YRC. Sierra Vice, a senior player with keen sense. Oh my god, that's actually enough. Getting those massive hard reads is especially great for a character of you know, if you're playing a character with so much firepower such as Gold Lewis, getting a single hard read can be pretty much instant ender for these rounds. I get the pop up, small combo into more pressure. The deflect shield basically does nothing. And now, saving the error. Ah, I didn't have an error that time. And here comes Sierra Vice once again. YRC. And the 2P has an anti-air. Low speed whippers, but follows up by the big slow overhead, catching Boca, trying to jump out of the corner. It's a little hard for a Bedman to get out of there because Bedman doesn't really have the access to your regular air movement. Bedman's air movement replaced by the whatchamacallit, the Magneto 8-way dash from, you know, from other games, if you will. Right, backdash is out of there. But at the same time, Boca putting themselves in the corner, but now able to get back all of that real estate. Ah, but this reversal super is gonna find its mark against that 6 heavy. A 6 heavy from Bedman can be a big party starter, but once again, look at these reads! Look at this man making all these reads! What was that TK? TK Behemoth, probably a misinput, and now Boca will happily take advantage of that. Into, yep. Oh, nice punish there. Because Boca didn't have the forward moving momentum there, probably couldn't have gotten a very substantial punish against the minigun. Just ended up taking it with us with a very basic what's that called in Strive? Not task. Is it Tasque? No, it's not Tasque anymore. Something coders language. Spike. Let's just call it a spike. All right, Boca has a guard crush coming in, and another one. This is the primary gameplay that Bedman would love to achieve. Look at that! Look at that! Break them through the wall with the super as well. And we're gonna have a hard knockdown here. One more hit. Send the head. It's another... Ooh, I was about to say, that's another really nice Season 3 change. Now, when you break the wall, you actually get to keep your error moving between screens. And Boca here, utilizing exactly that.
Duel 1.
Had the bomb ready to go after the wall break. That was just nothing that Sierra Vice could have done there, I think. Alright, unleashing projectiles, here we go. Oh, well, did that actually train with the auto follow-up? Now, yeah, Boca has the install active, so this is a time where you absolutely cannot and should not challenge Bedman under. Oh, was drifting forward, was probably trying to read that. Oh, hello, Gold Louis Express getting out of there. The jumpy lands, didn't get the massivest of punishes. That's still comboing into the bomb once again. Damn, it's starting to look cleaner and cleaner for Boca. In the fifth game here of this match number 5, Boca is slowly looking like Boca is slowly starting to come online. That was actually pretty clever. Even though Boca kind of traded into the security drone, he actually got the hit on Sierra Vice as well. Air throw missed by Sierra Vice, tried to anti-air with a standing jab. Plus frames from the malfunction. Ooh, okay, the last malfunction ends up whiffing, so that marks the end of Boca's pressure. It's basically the same deal for both these characters. You want to try to maintain as close of a pressure position as possible when you're looping your guard crushes, and eventually, especially if the opponent uses FD, they are gonna push you too far away. Here we go, through the wall once again. No hard knockdown, just swings with the behemoth! And it rings true, rings home. I think Boca didn't have the white assault ready to go there just yet. Surely if they did, I think the white version of the VA is a... How fast is it? Is it a 9-framer or a 10-framer? I forgot. Alright, the clashes once again. 6P from Bedman clashing with the Behemoth Typhoon. 6 heavy, whip into a punish by Gold Louis. And here we go with a... Whoa, wait, that looked kind of funky. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that air out by Gold Louis. Went with a very untraditional choice of Behemoth there, I think. 6 heavy, overhead blocked. And white assault through that guard crush. That was really smart from Gold Louis. Or rather, really smart from Sierra Vice. Not having to take, you know, any of that guard crush pressure. Go. Get the errors, but now need to get another one. Boca used to go back to the... Oh, the 6 heavy actually ends up pulling back Sierra Vice back to the ground. Blue RC met with a blue burst. There we go, jump slash. Put them back into the corner. Actually gets a pickup there with the use of the drone. And now trying to challenge there from really far away, but those disjoint boxes of the Behemoth Typhoons do not give you an inch And this should be a kill. Yes, indeed. Brutal combo damage coming in from Sierra Vice.
Duel 1.
Be really careful when you choose to challenge there. Sorry, a little bit of a far slash there. Baits the gold burst as well. That Sierra Vice. If this man doesn't have his reading glasses on, then I don't know who does. It never ends. It just never ends. The pressure. Sierra Vice here to show you how it's done. I mean, both of these players have been extremely good at keeping up with their pressure. It's the hard part is how to get there. Of course, for GoldLoHii, the difficult point is how am I gonna land anything on block against somebody who's much better at neutral and has these projectiles, all these options. But now, finds a good 2K. Yo, the deflect shield actually almost getting. That was a very interesting deflect shield. Boca spending the burst kind of like a very interesting position, pushing Sierra Vice back into the corner while having the quotation position, so to speak. Error rolling, there we go with the auto error. More bombs and catches a stray needle. Catches Sierra Vice trying to do something there. The round start, wild assault. Very nice, put them in the corner. Here we go with the bomb as well. Actually, taking the bomb hit there like that is probably not the worst thing, even if Bed manages to get the hard knockdown, because like if you can avoid, like if you can make Bedman stop doing the, oh my goodness, what a scoop! If you can manage to make Bedman stop the guard crush loop, then all the power to you. Oh my god, even despite the plus frames that Boca got from that white assault is not enough. Sierra Vice containing the prey in the corner, and now perhaps ready to put the decisive nail on the coffin, so to speak.
Duel 1.
Sierra Vice is explosive, Sierra Vice is dangerous, and we're gonna have to see what Boca has to say here. Even gets a punish on that far range blue burst. Through the wall you go. So many resources coming from Sierra Vice now. So much so that you can actually afford to spend the white assault just to start your pressure. Set point, Sierra Vice. Here comes the big burly man. Doesn't quite have the tension to guarantee this pressure continues. Oh, here we go. Combos into the bomb. Lots of damage. I mean, GoldLoHii is not the only damage character here. Break the guard, and with the 8-way dash, jump slash, extending, that could actually be a kill. Good presence of mind from Boca.
Duel 3.
And that's a really great showcase for the combo damage of Bedman. If you have your errors, if you have them in the corner, another one. How many is that? Has Sierra Vice baited like every single burst from Boca this set? This man is absolutely bonkers. Right, but important back throw incident here. Boca containing Sierra Vice in the corner, pull them back onto the ground. Has to spend the burst here, lest they wanna keep blocking this absurd pressure. Install has been activated, so even if Bedman takes a hit here, the follow-ups are gonna come out. However, Sierra, is that gonna be a kill? Is that the end? Guard crushing ender. Sierra Vice has done it. Successful 7-1 from one of the most explosive German players available. God damn. All right, sick plays from both players. I mean, even though Boca did have to yield in the end, the pressure, the guard crush loops from Bedman are they're just really cool. There's just something really sadistically fun to see a character doing basically the same thing that GoldLoHii does. Just error after an error, guard crush after a guard crush. Just contain them in the corner and look for that one button press that they eventually have to make to better their position. Alright, but if you are a fan of, you know, the Bedman Guard Crash gameplay, we got one more for you. Coming in, HiWill. Our most active Bedman on Bounty Hunter is gonna go up against a Gamma Johnny. Let me prompt HiWill to join as well. Alrighty, so 2 far range characters. I think the way how Bedman does his far range stuff might actually be pretty decent against Johnny. Now Johnny does have quite a lot of reach with Mistfiners. However, the spikes will of course reach from full screen, and you know, the interesting 8-way movement in the air by Bedman does allow you to sort of approach from very interesting angles. One thing is though, so when you deal as Johnny, the cards that the cards are basically what you're, as a layer 1 option, are trying to get out to better your neutral. You would love if your opponent respects you enough to give you enough frames to deal and then slice the card. And if Bedman player ends up spending too much time in the air, the card that Johnny deals is naturally gonna appear like very high up in the air. So you are technically putting yourself in a position where the turn up follow up is gonna, you know, catch you much easier than some other characters. But it's a matchup that I've never seen played before, so I probably shouldn't speculate too much about it. We're just gonna have to see how these gamists are gonna do it here. Gamma has been, you know, on the rise as of recent. Been very active on the Johnny front. The Johnny tech has been playing super actively, getting the experience on this character, and yep, let me tell you, it's getting there. It's getting there for sure. I think because I had to myself, I think I sort of had Gamma's number to a certain extent before a couple of weeks ago, but since the week-long break I took from playing Strive because of, you know, the unfortunate routing issues between Europe and Asia, I think I'm willing to bet that Gamma has actually surpassed me at this point. It's just, every time you see this guy, they've grown stronger, they've learned from the previous time that they played, they've assimilated all of your advice that you gave them into their game plan, and they're just ready to use everything against you. So this, for all I know, is gonna be the strongest Gamma that I've ever seen on Johnny in Guilty Gear Strive. And now, let the gameplay speak for itself. Gamma, Johnny, HiWill, Bedman. Let's do it. There we go with the long-range Mistfinder, but Bedman is a heavy fella, so has that big body wide assault available. And if I recall seeing HiWill play, he likes starting the pressure with that wild assault from, you know, from half screen distance against characters that, you know, have potential to counter zone as well. At the bomb doesn't unfortunately reach far enough. 6k pounces in there, immediate burst from HiWill. Gamma is fully loaded on that tension. Oh, nice. That the jump heavy, the multi overhead into the very delayed extra overhead from jump D from Bedman. Turn up is triggered and Gamma converts into a combo. Now Bedman, Johnny Farslash, one of the fastest ones in the game. I think 9 framer is a really fast startup time for the kind of reach that button possesses. So Johnny, not only having the massive range of Mistfinders, Johnny is also one of the better, like, mid to far screen pokers with some of his normals. Go with the guard cross, but just like that, Gamma is out, but not waiting. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. You would love as a Johnny player if your opponent gives you the opportunity to deal and then Mistfinder, but Will is not gonna give you any of that. The wall break without a hard knockdown. Have to respect these close slashes. Here we go with, oh, trying to probably go into an OTG, but misses it. And as a result, Gamma will happily take advantage of that combo miss. Tragedy befalls HiWill on the first game. Probably had the finish there. But we'll have to live with their life choices here. Moving on to the game number 2. Here we go. We had the error rolling. No way to dodge that. Take the hard knockdown as well. And now, ooh, even activates the install super before going in. That means that, yeah, the bomb that they had stored goes off no matter what happens. Really nice that. There's that season 3 Bedman plays that we've been wanting to see. HiWill. That's actually interesting because I think that was the Beyblade from Bedman that ended up trading with Gamma, but because of the trade, the error didn't start rolling, so to speak, so wasn't able to take advantage of that. But now the errors are on point. Far slash checks from very far away, combos into the bomb, another one. Got the cash. Take it out of the stash, and now look at it. Wow, that far range far slash. Bedman does have some pretty decent far range buttons as well, but they're a little awkward for sure. I would say Bedman players, rather Bedman is not known for his poking capabilities, especially when compared to characters such as Johnny. And Mistfinder finds the initial hit, deals, but HiWill again doesn't want to let Gamma get away with it for free. And now we're looping. Got cross the guard. Another one. Oh, and eventually you'll have to try to do something. Very nice interception with that air Beyblade. And that could, not quite gonna be it. But one more hit. And HiWill has one charge of the white stuff. The white stuff comes through, starts it all. Now Gamma tries to desperately put some distance between Bed and him, but to no avail. He's gonna be out of meter. And misery times. HiWill with the pressure sequence. Felt like there was nothing that Gamma could do anymore. Ooh, nice counter poke there on the Mistfinder. It was from so far away as well. You really do. Oh, is that a good starter? Seems like a pretty decent starter. Right, half, rather two-thirds of your life gone. And this, again, guaranteed activation of the error. And not only that, a lot of the errors are also gonna guard crush you as a result when you are in the install state. I think every one of them, right? Right, YRC before Gamma gets to make use of that deal empowered high-low mix-up that we can do from Mistfinder stance. Ooh, that could have potentially been a punish, but went into the Mistfinder, so that's a little too slow there. And Zenga minus, but we are fairly at a safe distance. Gamma has had some difficulties getting their game started. I say that and immediately we are in this. Oh, but the White Assault. The White Assault seems to be so good. I mean, every single time that Gamma has been able to deal and HiWill has had the Wild Assault available, they've just been nullifying all of the benefits of the turn off. Here we go. Plus frames. And Gamma manages to jump out initially and tries to poke, but that bomb is already on its way, and Gamma doesn't even get a chance to burst. Damn! HiWill brutalizing the gambler and takes a commanding position for the first time here, early into our last match of the evening. Ah, Bedman. Bedman is so much fun to watch. Alright, big for Gamma this time, able to completely avoid that one charge of Wild Assault, going into the Red Assault of their own. Oh my goodness, HiWill, very active on defense, ends up getting some pretty okay trades, but still contained in the corner. Here we go, low fighter, keep it going. Able to finally get the deal in, and this time HiWill didn't have the White Assault available anymore, so just had to respect the turn up. Just like everybody else. This time, tried to go for the White Assault from a little too far. I think depending on the spacing, how you set up the deal as Johnny, and how you choose to, or rather, at what spacing you choose to slice into it, you can play some very interesting mind games as well. Because HiWill will definitely try to White Assault you if you try to, you know, get any sort of advantage at neutral, at checkmate. Had an error already rolling, activating the install. What can you do? Nice backdash out of the guard crush, but the 6B. Yeah, if you go for like K or the high mist fighters, a lot of those can be low profile with the use of 6B. Nice, stands up for the overhead, but it's not over. Oh my goodness, HiWill has the 50 meter to extend this even more. The error is rolling. There we go, break it, and it's even gonna kill. Oh my fucking god. Look at this beast, Will. I want to say every single time that Will has been able to contain Gamma in the corner, it's been brutal. There we go. Spent the other one. I kind of like this. So, Bedman is a very interesting character. Some would argue that perhaps a little unfinished character at the current, but you know, Bedman has some really strong things when you finally get to do the things that you would actually love. Whoa! Whoa! Hello there! What was that? Right, corner pressure, red assault, deal, yep, no way out there, sir. Deal again, into guard crush, and we're taking some pressure. Which side? Or rather, is it high, is it low? Yeah, really the quality of the pressure here is rather, I would say it's equal for these characters. Just, I mean, both of these characters kind of go into the same category as Louis does. The name of the game is contain the opponent in the corner and guard crush loop. With the added benefit that Johnny is of course gonna have the high-low gameplay there as well. Can do TK misfire or can do the low finer. Right. Tried to go for the red assault conversion, didn't quite get it. And now the reversal should work out, yeah, and even get the kill. Evening up round, both players, one stock of Wild Assault ready to go. Was a good attempt from Will once again to respond to the deal with a White Assault, but the spacing is ever so important. I think especially if Gamma just deals and ends up not swinging into it, if you don't autopilot into the Mistfinder afterwards, yeah, it can put Will in a position where the White Assault actually ends up whiffing a lot of the time. But now, no meter, or rather no burst available anymore at the current. So just have to play the neutral as they played back in the day in my wild youth. Man, from the close slash anti-air, converged into the corner. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Will.
Mankind. Duel 1.
It's like when Will has burst available, this neutral, look at that, this neutral looks so difficult. And Will is just ready to spend all of it for an opportunity to get Gamma in the corner. And perhaps this kind of like game plan slash gameplay is sort of like an Achilles' heel for Gamma, because Gamma is one of those players who are completely fine, just patiently waiting for their turn. Sometimes, you know, blocking maybe even a little too much. Is there something like, I guess it's fair to say that you can sometimes block too much in Guilty Gear, but because Gamma is so patient on defense, it might actually be pretty favorable for HiWill to just burst through all of their, or rather burn through all of their burst and just push Gamma into the corner as soon as they can, so that Gamma gets to basically not play at all. And again, the White Assault through the deal. The massive corner carry, push back into the corner. This is gonna be tough. I mean, Gamma has all of the resources to play with here, chooses to use it on... Oh no, the Joker trick! None of it matters! None of it! No missed fighters, no deals, no Joker tricks. White Assault is gonna cover all of those. Tries to fish for the missed fighter that time. I think Gamma actually went for the high fighter. Here we go, deal, and the deal lands this time, or rather the turn up. Follow up, finds its mark. Massive hitbox of red emanating from the card. Nice, that's the patient play. That's the patient neutral that Gamma is gonna need against HiWill. Walk backwards, make the Wild Assault whiff, and then go from there. Kind of like a game plan that sort of reminds me of playing against Nagoriyuki. Because you know your opponent wants to spend that burst to skip into your guard. Wants to skip the neutral, so you gotta kind of keep away and try to bait the opponent into using those resources. And now, speaking of spending resources, ooh, good FD by HiWill, pushing Gamma away from the Ensenga range. And here we go, guard crush into. Right, gets a jump off. Good trade for Gamma. That was such a valuable trade. Into combo. This should be a kill if Gamma doesn't drop. And why would he? Why would this man drop their combos when they're so good with execution? We are on the chase. 2 points for Gamma versus HiWill's 3. Sorry, 4.
Duel 1.
QK can't count. Yeah, exactly like this. Because again, Gamma didn't swing into the Wild Assault, didn't extend himself into it. But now, oh, it ain't looking good. We're gonna get an activation here before the wall break. Ah, you can't swing in there! Tried to go for the cookie jar, but because the install was active, there was no way that follow-up was not gonna come out. Right, the close slash, red assault, good defense by Will, spending a lot of meter for that FD pushback. Smart backdash by Gamma, not extending himself into the error. Will actually taking a little bit of a defensive stance here. I think in order to build into the Wide Assault, which he does have available now, massive explosion, but that still whiffs! That still whiffs, and here comes Gamma! Deal into the guard crush. Here we go. Spent the meter. Oh, you still have one more guard crush available there, and the red assault, everything. It never ends. Help! Send help! It never ends. Even the deep leg shield matters not when Gamma is pulling through with this pressure string. This is the power of Red Assault user. Be very afraid until this shit is nerfed. That's so cool. But I mean, that sucks if you're on the receiving end of it. But I mean, hey, Guilty Gear is a game. Right, deal once again. Not able to get out of the position. Guard crushes are piling up. Ooh, that was a nice match though. And Gamma doesn't really have the burst resources available to flip the position. That was actually coast to coast from one hit, was it not? And HiWill. Now, unfortunately, the wall gives in a little too early, so gonna be breaking it without a heart knockdown. Straight lands into the White Assault, and here we go. Now, HiWill is the player who has the resources. Here we go, overhead from the 6 heavy. Starts the party. Wild Assault. Seals the deal. Oh my goodness, and look at that. Look at that, HiWill still had 100 meter ready to go. Season 3. Is the wall break season. Season 3 is the Wild Assault season. Season 3 is the positive bonus season. This season, all the characters have just so nasty stuff once they manage to get their ball rolling, once they manage to have a positive bonus rolling and they have you in this position. Here we go, break their guard, once again manages to charge the full 6 heavy into massive plus frames. Bomb whiffs this time, so now HiWill was lacking an error momentarily. God, when does it end? Stands up to block the overhead, but it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. The throw was a little too early. Oh, here we go. The back throw incident. Gamma can actually run this back, especially since they didn't go for the... They didn't spend too many burst resources. So they have a Wild Assault here and a positive bonus. Here we go, probably. Ooh, gonna bluff and go into the deal instead. Here we go. Full burst. Oh, this is never gonna end. This is never gonna end. I think after that wall break, once Gamma had the Joker trick into... Ooh, I love that. Hold the Mistfinder stance, walk backwards and get a punish there on the White Assault. Here we go, guard break. Lots of plus frames, put them into the corner. Are we gonna break? Yes, indeed. Joker trick should break from any distance if you're not sure. And Gamma is gonna have to spend a little bit more time here to build into the 50. Here we go. Ooh, was probably trying to read that. But now the positive bonus is still rolling, and technically Gamma is working with the life lead, so if HiWill doesn't manage to keep this pressure string tight, there are gonna be so many things that Gamma can do. Joker trick, should break the wall, yeah? No, even better! Extends the combo, hello! Not quite the kill just yet. Here we go, double jump. HiWill goes under, unleashes that new improved 6B, and here we go. The loop. Gamma is so close to a burst. I think he might have to burst. But no, Wild Assault, too late! Too late, the Wild Assault eats it! And he's done! He's done! Close slash, you're brutalized! Your opportunity to burst has passed. Although, maybe that was the better play for Gamma, because Gamma was sitting on a round lead here after all. Right, guard crush once again. And Senga forced to go back into the neutral. Nice, Will is ready to check the deal. No free advantage for you, sir. Also plus frames sliding in there with the use of 2 heavy. Gamma has a burst available, but are we gonna use it? Nope, we're just gonna take that wall break. But now Gamma, everything is available. Oh, I think HiWill is done. I think HiWill is done. Oh, never mind, I'm joking. Here's the back turn incident. Now, hard bait on the burst. Gamma doesn't burst it. Here we go. Burst it into the Wild Assault. That's so much value for Gamma. The downward swipe into the Mistfinder from the skies. HiWill has the life advantage. The massive pillar of red. The 6K from Johnny. Here we go. Break their guard. Look at that meter. Again, we can keep this pressure going for so long. Mistfinder from the skies. Ooh, missed the combo. 5 heavy whips. Oh, he's out. He's out. There's still a chance. Connect with it. Does he have the error? Oh, what was that? What? Was that a jump slash? That was jump slash, I think, from a very peculiar angle. Both players were chasing that win for such a long time, but in the end, my goodness, good forward jump from the round start. Here we go. Get the deal. Very nice deflect shield, able to completely negate that guard crush. Break the guard once again. And from the Ensenga, spend the meter, keep it going. Big 6 heavy counter hit, that's gonna hurt. This time, gonna choose the Wild Assault breakage instead of the meter burn. Oh, interesting. I wonder what Gamma was baiting here, or perhaps a input error on the RC pressure. But it's not ended. Ooh, hello though. The Beyblade bounced out of the corner position, and now the tables have turned, or have they? Or have they? The YRC too far, but we have the Wild Assault. Stay in there, friend. Back turn incident. Gamma holding on to dear life here. This is HiWill technically on, well, not on set point just yet. They're gonna have to take out Gamma at least one round, but very close to doing so. Big throw. Fully charges up the 6 heavy. Here comes the... Oh, never mind. Here comes nothing. And Gamma is out of there. A little bit of a mistake there managing the errors, I think. Nice whiff punish there. And the Wild Assault once again. The Wild Assault seems to be the option of choice for just saying no to Johnny. Alright, yeah, that instant, exactly that. Now HiWill, after that round win, is finally on an actual set point position. 6P under the Mistfinder. Here we go. We got the arrow rolling. The bomb has been successfully jumped by Gamma. Tries to 6P. The incoming Mistfinder once again. Both players whiffing. That jump slash definitely not whiffing though. 6 heavy. Are we gonna have a conversion? Not choosing to not spend meter on that. Here we go. In the corner though. Heal. Ah, missed the TK Mistfinder input. And HiWill is out of there. Guard crush. That was very, very safe setup. Gamma still has another 50 to go. Meter for meter. Drift versus drift. And is that gonna be a kill? Yes, indeed. Gamma is still in it to win it. But definitely in an underdog position here. We'll have to pull through, or have to pull out 4 wins. Not sure from which pocket, but does Johnny even have pockets, actually? I imagine he does have, because he, you know, has those coins somewhere. Rest in peace, coins. Anyway, here's HiWill's pressure. This time, I think the defensive option of choice for Gamma hasn't very often been the burst, right? But now perhaps realizing that to get out of this hellhole, I mean, to even get a chance of using my own burst resources, I'm probably gonna have to burst once in a while. Ooh, that was a big bluff. The vault into a throw. But gets big value for Gamma as well. Now look at this, drifting forward. Ooh, goes for the close, that's a little too early, but still makes HiWill land straight into it. Wild Assault, push them back. And Senga initially whipping here. 50 burst is available for HiWill, but doesn't get to use it. Ending into the far slash from Gamma. Are we gonna see a round start Wild Assault? No, not quite. Oh, there we go. But not getting too much value out of it. I mean, you are still getting the pushback, the position, even if it kinda ends up doing not much. Here we go. We got the error, and now unleash it. In fact, combo into it. Combo drop though. Drop it once again. Drop it while it's hot. Here comes HiWill with the guard crush pressure. Charges up 6 heavy once again. Tries to assume the Mistfinder stance. That was not the right time to do it. Spending to use the burst here. Gamma tries to end this game right here, right now. But it's the white! The white is the name of the game once again. The guard crush causes so much chip damage. And the needle, yeah. Ooh, a little too far away to combo into the 5 heavy there. Hard knockdown, deals from very far away, gets the turn up still, and the guard crush. Ooh, nice. This time HiWill was ready to call out that bluff. Using a fast advancing move, which doesn't always have to be the white assault. It can be the Beyblade as well for Bedman. Again, trying to call it out, trying to whip punish it, but a little too far this time. Gamma is finally starting to find their positions perfectly. I think it's especially the whatchamacallit, the spacing, exactly where you want to be standing against this playstyle, these button choices from HiWill. I think Gamma is finally starting to get it. Finally starting to find the perfect places to place their character. Again, look at this, 2 wild assaults. Gamma standing just a pixel or 2 away. Got so much value for, you know, baiting both of those wild assault attempts. But now, the job is not completely done. We need to get out of this pressure string still and procure more of that good old real estate. There we go. Ooh, I love it. Will has so much presence of mind for when they absolutely need to fight back. As soon as Gamma gets the card out, he's like either spending burst, either spending tension, or just, you know, moving actively out of that. Not letting Gamma start their turn up pressure for free. Into 6 heavy wire C. Get out of the pressure. However, the bobbing and weaving from the close range pressure into the far range pressure has been pretty good for Will as well. And now the wild assault plans for maximum distance. It is some plus frames, but you know, not allowing to Will get their favorite game started per se. Oh, 6 heavy, that's the party starter. Here we go, massive damage. Activate, and now the bomb is gonna come out. I was about to say, is that actually a good challenge? If the 6K was able to actually push HiWill further away, or rather, even more importantly, push Johnny forward enough to avoid the explosion hitbox, that could have actually been a pretty good idea. However, it is massive. It is just absolutely massive, that bomb head explosion. I guess what we learned from these 2 sets, if there's something that you cannot do after a wall break, is if they have the install active, yeah, it's gonna be hard to do anything. They're gonna unleash the bomb, it's gonna go off no matter what you do, and if you get hit, it's probably lights out. The set play of this character, Bedman, seems so good. I think the only problem for Bedman is to, you know, of course, to get to that set play. I mean, that's generally the #1 difficulty of set play characters to begin with. Getting to those nasty ass guard crush loops. But when you get there, man, it looks good. Man, it looks fun. Or from the other point of view, man, it looks miserable. All right. That's 6 for 6. And I believe that is all for this week. All right, yep, this is the last one. Oof, that was quite the something. Hope you enjoyed casting that. Wait, who's casting who? Hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed casting that. After that week break of no strive, we are back, baby, and ready to go at it more than ever. We're also looking for some minor patch changes coming this December, so coming pretty soon, in a month or so. So a lot of interesting things are gonna be happening in the Guilty Gear Strive front very soon. But that's it for today. If you would love to play next week, as we did today, 5 p.m. CET, you can join my Discord. You'll always have the latest information as well as the sign-up forms over there. And we'll try to set you up with a really nice even match of your own skill level. We do this every Sunday, unless something evil falls upon us, such as the routing problems. But looks like we're good for now. Okay, without let's see. I think reload is on at the moment. But what if we, instead of raiding the reload primary stream, which you Strivesters are probably gonna be watching anyway, let's go raid Rygand instead, who is participating in reload at the moment. One of our OG participants, bounty hunters. Let's go say a hi to Rygand and hope him a really nice tournament run. But yeah, that's it for us for today. We'll see you again next Sunday. Till then, stay safe, keep playing gear, and peace.